Hi there, this is just a walkthrough of adding a survey component. Hopefully I won't go too fast, and if there's any major problems you can just let me know if you have any questions. To add a new component, it works the same way as before. You just add a name, survey, another survey, select survey from the drop-down list. This is a test, and if you want to tag it, you can tag it. So you've got all the same offerings as the assignment component. You've got a welcome message, welcome to the first test, and thank you for participating. These are optional, but so it's up to you. These things here, question pool, is basically if you want to do from like 20 questions that you set, you might want to have only 5 of them visible, and if you randomize it, it'll be a different 5 every time. So that's just an option you can have. It's not compulsory. Randomize if you do want to have, like say you've got 20 questions, it'll randomize those 20 questions for every individual person. Mandatory, this would be if the assessment or survey is compulsory, but that would need to be implemented from the front end of the app. So I'm not entirely sure if you need that right now, but it's there maybe for future use. You can also choose to either score the assessment or not and show the score. So maybe if you wanted to show the score and it's like an 85% pass mark, you can update it. Anything that's done in this section here, these fields, would need to be updated, and then from there you can launch the survey. Immediately you get the SurveyWizard, and you can add your first question. So you don't need to find an add thing. It will default to you adding your first question. You've got a whole bunch of options here. You've got 5-point choice, date, drop down, input field, long text field, multiple choice, multiple select, yes, no, uncertain. I think they were fairly self-explanatory. If you want to, I'll just do one for you, and we'll say maybe a drop down list. So question title, so question 1, what color is the sky? And you can do a tip, so say it is the color of the sea. You can choose, if there is a multiple select, like there's more than one answer, you can randomize it. So say there's 3 answers, it will put them in a different order every single time. If it's mandatory, they have to do this question. Then you put mandatory, and that means that they cannot continue to the next one until they've answered it. So we'll just do that. So it'll immediately put you to the next screen, which is, so you've got the question setup done. Now you've got to do the answer setup. Say you want to say yellow is that. The answer is blue and red. You can add or delete on the section here. So if there's more that you want to add, and if any of them are right or worthy of a value, you just say that's it. 5 is blue. Can submit it. It immediately takes you to the preview. So this is what it'll look like. And you can literally see blue's the right answer. It'll give you 5 points for the right answer. You have to approve it. These ones here, back and next, are basically to run you through the wizard. So if you want to go back and go, oh, okay, what did I put for the first one? You can go here and change it. But ultimately, what's inside of it, like the submit, these ones here are the actual ones. So you have to select approve question for it to literally be approved. So that's finished, and say we want to, if you want to edit it again, you can go here and you can see everything that you've put. And say you want to, rather than that, say second item is correct. That might be better. And you can see second item is correct. Approve the question. When you're finished, you can add another question. I'll just do a couple. Say a yes, no, uncertain. Are you happy? Question 2. Yes, is correct. Don't need to randomize it because it's there you go. You can, the uncertain one can be taken away, but otherwise you do have yes or no. I can give a point to the yes answer, which is 5, say, for instance. Submit it. Yes is correct. You can see that you've got 5 points for it. You approve it. It's approved, and you're finished. So one more. Say an input field. Question 3. How many pies in a dozen? Okay, I'll show you the randomize submit, and I've made all of these mandatory. So obviously you can't put an input. This is just to show you your answers in input field, and you can put a value to it. So you want to make that worth 5 if they answer anything. Submit. Now you can see it's a short input field. How many in a dozen? So 6 is the correct answer. Approve it. And finish. The other thing probably worth mentioning is if you just start a question and you don't finish it, so say it's a long text area, question 4, this is a test. No. Sorry, I don't want to start again, so I clicked out of the wizard. So it's a long text area. Question 4. Long answer. And we can make it non-mandatory so you can see what it looks like. Make it worth 5. Submit it. So this is what a long answer will look like, but if you don't finish it and you say go back to the list, you can see it's an incompleted question. So it'll tell you if you've got like 20 here and there's one that's incomplete, it'll let you know so that you're aware you maybe don't want to go live with it, or it's incomplete, so there's action needed. So you can go back into here, approve it, test it, it's worth 5 points answering it, approve the question, and then that's pretty much it. You can adjust the how it sits, like just the order. It's fairly simple. I think most people are aware of how that works. Deleting it, you can remove it from the survey. Everything works hopefully fairly self-explanatory. If you come back to this section here, you're going to have to... this section here is just a work in progress, but you can start to see on the preview section. This part here just shows you an accumulation of the points that you've scored, just to make sure that you are happy with the results. And it says that this was 100% score, so I've passed. It works the same way if you fail. It just says, unfortunately, you've failed this assessment. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. This is going to be, as I said, it's a work in progress, so this section here, the preview survey, might change a little bit in the future. Cool. Hopefully it's helpful.